All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the broadcast here. We got the Summit 7 European qualifying coverage coming at you on what is now the playoff stage. We have made it to the final four teams. One of these four teams will be advancing on to the Summit 7 main event, $100,000 prize on the line. That to take place in mid-June, as you saw from that sweet pre-roll there that we played just before. But we got to figure out how to get there, and well, over these next 3 days, we'll get to that one team. But it's kicking off with Empire versus NaVi, good old CIS Dota action. Looking forward to this one. We are starting a little bit late. We're having some lobby issues, unfortunately, but we are in the game. That's what matters, and we do have some play ahead of us here. So I'm Breaky CPK, joined by Z-Rock. At least we got the game started, and looking forward to having some fun Dota here.
We finally got there, and on the plus side, it'll be worth the wait. This is the series that I'm most hyped for, arguably in this tournament that I can see in the near future. This is just, it's a grudge match. Like, it is the epitome of a grudge match, and I'm super excited to see what each team's going to pull out. NaVi going with what we've seen to be a relatively risky Monkey King pick, coupled with the Darkseer. Empire picking up a nice little Spirit Breaker Lifestealer duo. We've seen how strong that can be coming out of the gate.
Yeah.
But I will say, I mean, LC did slip through ban phase, didn't get picked or banned. So did Ricky. Curious to see if we'll see either of those come out.
A couple that definitely come to mind. But as far as NaVi is concerned, again, we saw yesterday, Storm Spirit specifically in the hands of Dendi looked fantastic. And I wouldn't be surprised to see if that's at least an option that NaVi is thinking about right here, but not being addressed at least just yet too, so yeah, definitely a possibility. But yeah, the Spirit Breaker Lifestealer star for Empire, a lot of activity to be had and roaming around that map, looking to get that infest spawn play. So
there's two things you need if you're going to kill a Storm Spirit off, and that's some form of disable, which they have in spades with the Spirit Breaker, and you need some burst damage to kill him during that stun, and Lifestealer can absolutely fit that bill. Now, the last thing they could use to kind of smooth it out would be an instant stun. We've seen Rubik being picked up consistently here, but so far, not the best draft to pick Rubik into. Monkey King, Darkseer, not the most game-breaking spell steals. Useful, sure, but not extremely useful. So we'll have to see what NaVi decides to go for here. I hope the Storm comes out again, but it could be a rough game for it, depending on how Empire closes this draft out.
Yeah. We got Disruptor on the side of NaVi here, so they get their main support, you figure, as far as the 5 option goes. Perhaps liking the idea of the Glimpse here against the Spirit Breaker as he charges in. I guess that could potentially be pretty strong.
Yeah, it's more so when he charges out. If he's charging in, it's probably going to hit you by the time you Glimpse. But still, not a bad pick at all. And I think one of the big things about it is Static Storm is so good against Lifestealer in just the situation where if you figure out where Lifestealer's bombing, if he's inside a Spirit Breaker, you could just throw down the Kinetic Field Static Storm on whoever's getting charged, and Lifestealer can't rage then coming out of Infest. So definitely a big part of it there, just setting up a wall that Lifestealer might get stuck into. I like the pick a lot here. I think it's very solid in this comp. And a Windrunner. What do you think? 5 Windrunner or mid Windrunner?
Where it's going to end up, I have no clue. I mean, but I'll say this about I was watching a little bit of Dream League action yesterday. They have to have Nahaz on as one of their panel guests for this week, so he's kind of the special guest there. There was a Wind Ranger that was picked in one of the games yesterday, and he had brought up a very interesting stat on this hero that apparently she has the second lowest win percentage of any hero in competitive Dota 2 in the history of competitive Dota 2.
In the history, okay. I was saying in this patch,
no, not in this
didn't
patch,
think it was that bad, but yeah. It just got picked so often in weird situations before. It was considered really strong, but yeah, the win rates don't lie. I mean, what's Nahaz's whole thing? Stats don't lie.
Who do you think was lowest, by the way?
The lowest ever in competitive?
10 seconds remaining.
It was a support. Give you that.
5 seconds remaining.
Lich?
Nope, not Lich. It was Oracle.
Okay.
Reserve time.
Okay.
Little cheesy Oracle strats that people would try.
Yeah. All right. That's all cool. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be a mid Windrunner. It's where we've usually seen it. And with the Batrider here can be super effective. If Windrunner gets to like 2 items and Batrider pulls somebody back, the damage potential is
10
nuts.
seconds
Once you
remaining.
get Maelstrom plus something and just focus fire a target, they melt.
5
And you have
seconds
Lifestealer on top.
remaining.
So a ton of damage coming out from Empire here. But honestly, really poor team fight. Windrunner, mostly single target. Yeah, you can hit a 2-man shackle. That's a lot easier said than done. Lifestealer, entirely single target. Spirit Breaker, unless he gets a charge into the backline, it's kind of the same concept. NaVi has a ton of zone control, though, for team fights. The Wukong's Command, the Darkseer back wall, Disruptor is AoE in
10
spades.
seconds remaining.
So Empire's going to have to be looking to play a scattered,
5
smoke-heavy,
seconds
pick a lot
remaining.
of people off type of game here.
I'm kind of wondering, too, with the Wind Ranger pick is
Reserve
if the
time.
idea of the power shot destroying trees is also another kind of nifty tool that they wanted to take advantage of against the like of the Monkey King. They didn't have a Bat Rider, in fact, on top of that. Speaking
Yeah,
of
the nice
sorcerers.
part about having a Spirit Breaker coupled with all that is if Spirit Breaker's not close to the fight,
Dire
Charge
team
keeps
pick.
vision. So if Monkey's trying to do that little cute jump away thing like what Seneko did yesterday, I know that made a decent post on Reddit. You can just charge him and then just an instant power shot, not even worrying about the damage, cut the trees. Should be a free pick on Monkey. So
10
Yeah.
Seneko's going to have to play
remaining.
very, very safe on this Monkey King. Not making the aggressive jumps
5
that we've seen him
seconds
do,
remaining.
and try to play a little more reserved.
Final pick for Empire.
Reserve
Suggesting you
time.
think that's going to
They
be
need
more
a 4.
the mid here.
It needs to be an Earth Spirit or a, Trees Band. I guess Spirit Breaker works as the 4
I was
roll
gonna
there.
say, yeah.
If you're looking for hard support, CM's made it all the way through the draft. Windrunner would love the mana regen. I think that would be more than fine in this draft.
NaVi Band OD, by the way, they're still believing that that's going to be our
That's a hard
support
5
Wind Ranger.
Windrunner. Yeah, Wind Ranger.
Yeah, how dare you?
Blizzard, don't sue. Blizzard, don't sue. Yeah, we'll see.
As far as middle options go, what is on the board
Lena's still
TA.
in the pool. TA is still in the pool. It's a bit of a rough TA game.
10
There's
seconds
enough
remaining.
control. Troll Warlord makes you get a BKB because of the mischance. Okay, so we'll be a support
NaVi's
Windrunner.
turn
Wind
to
Ranger.
pick.
This is going to kill me all day. They've got a lot of good setup for it. You've got, bottom, we could see a potential level 1 kill with Spirit Breaker Lifestealer. They just get a quick charge onto somebody, you open wounds them, hit the Sunstrike. Could be plenty of damage at level 1. And then as soon as Bat hits
10
6,
seconds
it's free
remaining.
Sunstrikes all day. So if you're Navi, you still have your mid pick
5
left open.
seconds
You need to
remaining.
find an answer to this. Lena probably being the most obvious one.
Reserve
TA is a
time.
good matchup into Invoker. And not a lot of ways to break the refraction in this game either. Firefly is pretty much it. So I think either could work just fine here.
They're going to get
Knowing
plenty of time.
Dendy, though, let's see. Puck is still his most played hero. They haven't played it lately, but it should not be Storm Spirit. I'll say that right away.
No.
Between Bat and Cold Snap works really well just to set up the Bat Rider lasso. You Cold Snap right as he blinks in, it stops the storm from molting away. Even with just a little tiny stun on it, can work really nicely. So
I know
if they pick Storm here, it's risky.
I know they've done Troll Warlord mid as well, actually, in the hands of Dendy, too. I want to say the Kiev qualifiers, I specifically remember that. I don't know if they were kind of adjusting to the matchup or the game itself, or if that's something that they prefer.
Well, and that's what Empire thought, too. That's their last ban is Slark. They're still banning
yeah.
carries. I just don't think it's good here. I think it's too risky. If he doesn't get big, I don't think he's ever going to get big. They don't really have a hero that'll flash far in the jungle other than Darkseer. Wow, yep. There's the TA pick. So, super physical heavy on the side of Navi. You've got Ion Shell and Disruptor as your only sources of magic damage. So for the Invoker especially, look to see him and the Bat Rider. Probably a 3rd, 4th item Ghost Scepter potentially coming out of either or both of them.
So it is going to be Dendy on TA. I assume that's Destroyer right there. Yeah, we obviously, as you can tell, it's not a ticketed match, unfortunately. So that was one of the lobby issues we were having right there. But
Dota hates us.
yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna get names wrong all game. That's
yeah.
just inevitable.
that's going to happen. But yeah, so Wind Ranger, right? We're going to see the potential of Wind Ranger here. Like I said, it's kind of interesting to hear that stat yesterday, and it's one that just has been
5
non-existent for
seconds
so long now
Mm-hmm.
on the competitive scene. Very rarely picked up, but Empire trying to use it here in Game 1 at least. to their success. So again, we talked about the potential of it, and even as support, it still, like I said earlier, brings that tree clearing ability, and as they have several ways to clear trees now across the board. So
yeah, if you look too hard to counter one hero, though, it really makes your draft kind of clunky and awkward. They have lots of tree clearing ability, lots of ways to see Monkey King between Charge and Firefly, and even traps if he's jumping between trees. But is that really the goal? It's still a support. And I feel like maybe the Windrunner was picked up mostly for that reason, which I'm not a big fan of, personally.
I'm going to have to make it work here.
Well, Windrunner has a full Null Talisman to start.
Oh, yeah. What is that about? Is this a Bat Rider support?
No, he has... I mean, maybe. He has boots. They might be running some type of dual offlane. That'd be really bizarre. But one of those get farm where you can get it kind of things. Because top lane, Lifestealer, this matchup's not fun for him, but he shouldn't die. He's going to get pressured. He's going to miss some CS. So maybe they'll just look to pressure the offlane super hard themselves. If you can pressure the troll. What, the Bat Rider?
No, I'm looking at Lifestealer. I love that.
30 seconds to battle.
I like Bat Rider's taunt. He flips upside down. So he's just like riding upside down on his bat.
Hilarious.
This
Anyways.
Lifestealer looks insanely like a Zergling
Yeah,
with
it
the
does.
skin.
It's pretty badass skin. It's very flashy.
It is. It is.
Flashy Lifestealer here. All right, so yeah, bottom lane, they're going to smoke up, though. 3 of them. They definitely want to make a play here at the Bounty Rune.
Yeah, and this is going to be the question. Do they take charge on Spirit Breaker? Because if they do that, I don't think it's enough damage. That is what they're going to do.
They're going to go for it. They do get the Bounty Rune at least. Can they maybe get a kill out of this now? Troll Warlord running back, sticky napalm's being applied. They're going to run him down. They want this kill. Power shot in 2. It's not going to matter. Another charge in. Maybe the power shot, it goes through. It does get the first blow, but now at what cost? As here comes Monkey King. Down goes Bat Rider. Spirit Breaker's definitely going to fall as well. Windrunner, the only one going to make it out. They got me saying it.
Okay, this is okay if Windrunner runs right to the offlane and gets something out of it. Yeah, I mean, sure, that's not great for NaVi. Man, this is even going to be hard without team names showing up top, just because the names aren't all the same.
NaVi's on the Radiant, yeah.
Yeah, not bad either way, but in reality, it's a level 1 fight. You got 2 kills, but the first blood went the way of the team that got the first one. So you come out of this break even in gold. A little bit of an XP advantage should be on Navi's side.
Well, they're going after Monkey King, though. Diving pretty deep once again, but Spirit Breaker, he's feeling a lot more damage, although that power shot comes through, and all of a sudden Monkey King realizing he has to fall back. Balance strike comes out. Somebody's going to die here. Who's going to be first? Spirit Breaker goes down, but so does Monkey King. Tries to do the mischief play right there. Not enough, though, so 1-for-1 turn yet again. And a Wind Ranger, that Thunder Strike, is not going to be enough. He's going to keep his distance and survive. Well, we got action once again.
Every support has a kill.
Yeah, that they do. It's getting some farm there on those said supports. Again, Windrunner going that Null Talisman first, but perhaps that's why, if anything, like I said, they wanted a man up of sorts, and so wanted those extra stats at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Monkey harassing middle lane.
Nico just loves the spam mischief.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Saw
Which
it yesterday.
it actually slows his roaming potential because you lose move speed when you're shifted.
But it's fun. And it is a game
Sure.
after all, right? So you gotta have fun, right?
He's getting scouted here as he goes deep.
He wants the Bounty Rune. Yeah, he's gonna get it
Get
at
it.
least.
Excellent.
He picked up level 2 way before the Spirit Breaker. So, not a lot he can do. And he may be dead here, though, if the Shackle... Oh, Windrunner's not too either. This is a really hard kill.
Yeah, they have it.
Okay. He waited too long to Boundless. He was trying to save it for Spirit Breaker stun, but let back get on top of him. And as soon as that happened, he was dead.
Well, we're tied at 3 Hyokos apiece now, so the idea that this is supposed to lock down Troll Warlord isn't necessarily being accomplished. I mean, sure, they killed him right at the beginning, but...
Not when you're just farming in the jungle. Like, you're battling heroes out, you're not actually pressuring at all. It's kind of a 1v1 here. And while Bat would win this eventually, he's been forced to rotate over for these kills.
Yeah. Top lane, Darkseer's diving pretty heavy. Onto the Life Stealer, as he can do with that level 2 Ion Shell now.
Oh, Chappie's going to take so much damage here.
That is a tough matchup, as you mentioned. So, in fact, Wind Ranger making his way up there at least. Does get that banner in the top that was still there. As bottom lane, and guess what? More action. Charge. Oh, but nice balance strike right as the trade was ending. So now Spearbreaker in a bad spot, as is Apple right here, playing the Bat Rider. He's going to Firefly through the trees, though, and actually will be enough to get away in the end. Oh, whew, close call there. Getting turned on.
This is just chaos. Like, I can't even analyze this. It's just like charging at people, running at people. If Spiritbreaker was level 2, a lot of these fights would be totally different. But he still doesn't have Bash online. And it makes it hard to take like extended engages.
Windranger coming to the top lane now. Still only has the power shot, nothing else, sitting on the extra point here. Saving for what he needs. Shackle shot more offensive, you figure. Wind run just in case, more of the defensive tool. She needs to get away.
So let's take a look at this mid lane matchup quick. I'm actually kind of surprised by this. FN is actually out CSing Bendy right now. Not to a huge margin, but the denies are the big thing. He's up 9 denies already.
Wow, yeah. 13-16 now, jeez. It's like Shadow Fiend COG style.
Yeah, this is insane. He's almost like a half level-ish up on Bendy.
Yeah, using that Forged Spirit. He does have another one to spawn right here to assist with.
And he had to go hit the shrine, or this would be almost a full level lead. But is going to get charged in the middle. We'll see how this goes. Monkey's here for the counter, though.
There's a lot here, in fact. Disruptor also nearby as well, so Denny going to be gone on. Refractions put up, though. And now here comes that Monkey, but a very aggressive Primal Spring. As they go on the back lines, they do catch Spirit Breaker in the Kinetic Field, but only level 1, so not lasting the longest duration. Power Shot goes through. Seneko able to limp away, though. We'll be fine for now. Inspired. Going for the Sun Strike. It lands on Disruptor, actually. Not enough to kill him. They were hoping maybe to kill Monkey King with that, but he was already going back to base, so somehow nobody dies right all that. Wow, Disruptor actually almost died with the Power Shot.
FN was just trying to make it even. He wanted everyone to get out at 30% health, so got to hit that one too.
And you know,
wow, that Power Shot was close.
Well, yeah, about that, I'm pretty sure Dendy actually stepped in front of it too, so the fact that it mitigated the damage done to Disruptor, I think might have saved his life in the end.
Yeah, it definitely could have. It's 20% it got reduced,
yeah.
So.
Bottom lane, they're going to go into Bat Rider, but it's just somebody else is here, as always. Spirit Breaker being that hero, and Apple on the Bat Rider is going to survive, and now Spirit Breaker just going to push them off. 1 versus 3, and he'll successfully do so. He needs to be careful himself, though. Now Thunderstrike is up. There's a glimpse back. I mean, he's dead right here, as I heard the Sunstrike going up, but Spirit Breaker goes down.
Yeah, I was going for Seneko. He thought he was going to go to side shop, buy a TP or something. But Seneko, of course, running back in, because that's what he does.
That's what this game's about, man. Just go back in and get those kills. Saw plenty from NaVi yesterday, and seems like overall maybe just a CIS thing, man.
General is not as well off top as I thought he would be. This matchup leans pretty heavily in his favor in the beginning. Lifestealer should be down a little bit in CS. Sure, there was the roam up from Windranger, but yeah, I feel like he could be pressuring more. He seems scared that there's always the potential that there's 2 heroes in the trees.
Well, 2 heroes wrapping around the middle lane. In fact, 4 heroes going to collapse. Spirit Breaker charge again. Here comes Bat Rider as well. Flame Break pushback. It's going to be the best, though. The Power Shot does connect, or that more so the not the Power Shot, the Shackle Shot even. And it is enough to secure, yeah. Good find there onto TA. I mean, again, 4 heroes coming together, but
yeah.
They get the
so those
kill.
kind of things will get you a slight gold lead, but they hurt you really bad in XP. When you're grouping 4 people up just to kill 1 while every other lane is farming and getting experience, it can really set you back. So they're getting a lead here for FN. He's getting towards his Midas at a decent pace, but it's got to turn into something more.
Top lane, Chappie. He has been playing fairly defensive and pushing out now, but now Monkey King is here ready to pounce on him. And Iron Shell ticking him down. They want to make him go a little bit lower perhaps before he jumps. And Echo, though, finally opens with the balance right there. It's a jump, and he pops a Rage and Fist the creep. And all of a sudden, he's back to full life as he jumps on out. So good response from Chappie there.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was a little too brave to go for the hard camp. I knew what he was doing as soon as he went right, but that was a little closer than I would have liked. He is going to go to the Midas on Lifestealer. I want to criticize this, and I've talked about that a lot, but they are like 3-0 doing it in this tournament. So there's only so much I can say when the numbers are this good for him.
Working, yeah. hard to be against it, but I will say that this game specifically, with how much action there clearly is proven to be, it's a risky choice, no doubt. So will that affect things? Obviously, he's not going to be as tanky and powerful earlier on.
Bad spot.
He has Spirit Breaker, went for a Planet Darks here. Going to end up having a playmate on himself as Troll Warlord even shows up. He's got a lot of rotations, man.
Who's that, Maposhka? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're trying to get something done with this SB in the early game. They're charging him in constantly into lanes, putting him in these precarious situations and trying to outplay their way out. And, I mean, Chappie just doesn't want any of it. He just wants to farm, man. He just got his Midas. Let him hit creeps.
That's what
This
I'm
might
talking.
be a T1 top, though.
Well, that's
like,
what I'm
Troll's
talking.
7.
You saw,
Sorry.
I was watching while you're making the point right there, sorry, about Disruptor glimpsing back Spirit Breaker as he ported it and then went to charge in, and he just got sent right back to base. So, but yeah, top lane Seneko gets cut down from the tree. However, they are going to push this tower, though.
The Spirit Breaker's charging. I'd expect a TP, like, now. Okay.
Not going to happen. Just they're happy to scare them off.
Yeah, and I think a lot of this, one of the best things I ever heard from Naz is this little 2-minute segment about not showing on the map. And teams that win more have supports that show less on the map overall. That's Sunstrike kill.
Yeah, those Bat Rider running him down, but look at Seneko with that Jingu Mastery doing a work.
Burn's gone, though.
He's just
No
out of
Primal
range,
Spring.
however.
So close. But yeah, Windrunner specifically, Wind Ranger in this game, has not shown at all unless she's trying to do something. And I think it's put this fear into Navi where they're just so scared to play up.
Again, to clarify, Navi on the Radiant, Empire on the Dire. Well, it's not showing up there. Templar Assassin. This would be Dendy. He is going to be pressured again by Spirit Breaker, but this time Spirit Breaker didn't really have the backup nearby. And he may end up paying his life for it. He indeed does.
Disruptor had Glimpse up too. There was no way to get out of that.
Yeah, so I don't know if he expected more follow-up from Invoker or what, but Invoker's like, I'm going into the jungle, so have fun. And,
Yeah, and with the Midas on both Invoker and Chappie online, they do not want to fight for another few minutes here. You really need Chappie to get this armlet done, and you really need Invoker to get anything. It'll probably be Ags. That's what he has queued up. Tends to be the standard. But that's what you want, and it's going to take a few minutes for that to come online. So Navi's got an opening to pressure. Try to be a little more aggressive here for the next 3-4 minutes.
bottom lane, Wind Ranger. Only by herself, though, so probably not going to be able to make any kind of play. And still will lead to some solo experience. And, I mean, I know she's playing more of the support Wind Ranger here, but the idea that she could, progress and amp some farm quite a bit and become somewhat of a semi-carry almost as the game picks up.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised to see a third Midas on her if she's getting this kind of farm.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's going to have Bat Rider come down here as well. Bat Rider does a 1,300 plus gold saved up, has that Blink Dagger queued up. He was doing some jungle stacks previous to this, so his farm has enhanced quite a bit. Yeah, it's a lot of, you know, they're the ones that have been kind of active as Empire, to be fair, but now they're in that phase as you're getting at where they really want to sit back and farm for the next good 5 minutes or so before they're ready to fight again. And Navi, it's almost as if they're aware of this. Darkseer and Disruptor deep in the jungle. They see Lifestealer always running right into them. Yeah, there's a Static Storm combo. He is all caught out by himself. Primal Spring in. Glimpse him back just in case. And it is going to be enough for the kill. Whew.
And it goes to Dendy. Like, that couldn't have gone any better. Couple it with a mid-tier 1. What else can you ask for?
Yeah.
Like, Dendy just got donated 600-ish, 700-ish gold total. It was 235 for the kill, and then a tower is like 450 or something. If you get the last hit. So yeah, almost Blink Dagger. 12 minutes into this game.
Going to be able to pick that up here shortly. In fact, goes to the bottom lane. Going to farm out this creep wave and setting up to pick it up, but he could be in some trouble, although no blink on Bat Rider just yet. Wants to wrap around, though. Lasso is ready to go. Oh, can they catch him before he ports out? Yes, they can. He just simply thought he was TPing somewhere else. Now, he does buy the Blink Dagger at least, but if he dies right here, that's definitely going to hurt. Maybe get the turn kill on Apple. Not going to happen. And TA does end up falling, so good find there from Bat Rider.
Yeah, very. It did take essentially a 5-hero commitment. The Spirit Breaker, while not being there for the AoE, did get the vision on them with the charge. And you still got NaVi farming over here. The troll is just jungling away, happy as can be. This is really a clash in styles. Like, we're seeing so many big rotations here out of Empire, just mostly trying to shut down Dendi. That's the 3rd 4-man rotation on him.
Yeah. He's the star player, no doubt, for this team. Has definitely had that history, of course, and it's you know, for good reason. Locking him down is important. As Smoke Ink, though, coming out from NaVi. Troll Warlord, he's in front. He has his Vlads now, so a little more comfortable with fighting as well. Gonna lead the way down here. If anything, get the tier 1 tower bottom, but they like a pick at least, and they might find one on Invoker. They're definitely gonna find one here. He has a Ghost Walk queued up, but he couldn't get it off.
Okay, do they not have protection? Yeah, that's why they blew Static Storm. They were a little scared.
Yeah.
Maybe Ghost Walk could cause problems, so just commit everything. You got the kill. Turn it into a tower. And this whole shutdown Dendi strategy, I mean, they're kind of getting answered every time they do it. They commit a whole bunch to kill Dendi, then Dendi comes back with a couple people and they get a kill, and it usually results in a tower. Troll TA is super strong at pushing early game, and NaVi kind of flexing their muscles here in the early game.
They are. The glimpse back on a Bat Rider, but Disruptor's still going to be run down. But here comes the Wukong's command now. Power shot on through. They get the quick kill on a Spirit Breaker, though. And Bat Rider trying to play defensive this whole time. Darkseer behind them. He is somewhat tanky, though. Does have the man. Can he get it off in time? He can. And the Surge on top is going to go right through his wall, but he will die in the long run. They didn't even pop their Shrine, actually. It is ready to use, but it wasn't necessary there. So it ends up being the 1-for-1. And they will deny the
tower got
bottom.
denied. Yeah, that's actually very big. These early game towers for NaVi are important in keeping the tempo up. The Troll wants to go in SNY, which is not like a hyper-scaling late game carry build. He wants to be really strong at 25-30 minutes to kind of match the TA and the rest of his team.
Yeah.
So they really need to get as much gold as they can out of this early game. They're going to look to take a Roche soon, now that all 3 T1 towers are gone. So look for the Roche into a T2 push very soon.
Ags 2,000 gold needed to be able to finish that here on the Invoker, that is. Darkseer popping out in the middle lane, has Disruptor nearby, but no one's going to fall for that. Meanwhile, over here, Lifestealer and Fest Bomb with Spirit Breaker. They take out Monkey King. Trolls trying to make them pay, though, as TA is as well. As she ports in, they will get the kill to Spirit Breaker. Nice hero blocking initially. Lifestealer, he doesn't have his Infest back up. He's going to be glimpsed right on back to them in top of the Static Storm. And he has to be forced to fight right here. Not going to be a fight he's going to win. And that's going to transition maybe nicely into a Roshan here if they want. No, never mind.
I definitely think it could. They're a little bit scared because Lasso's basically back up. Blink Dagger's up on Bat Rider. So just a little hesitant to run into the pit. Invoker very good at pit fights. Has enough skill points now to be relevant with all of his abilities. So just a little too much AoE for NaVi to definitely feel comfortable there. But could have been worth a threat, I think, for sure. You go into the pit, you try to bait some people over. They want Dendi.
Yeah, they do. Seen that before. Bat Rider trying to find that opportunity. They don't have vision up here necessarily, but they're running up. Firefly comes out. They see him right now. He got the refraction up at least, but the glimpse back on a Bat Rider pulls him way back away, but TA is still going to be stunned out and will be enough for the kill, but more TP support coming in. So we just saw them commit to this area, and it kind of backfired, and it's setting up for that again. Windrunner, Wukong's command could be canceled right there. Windrunner goes down, though. Now the Iron Shell chase on a Bat Rider with that Thunder Strike, but with Lifestealing nearby, it's enough to scare them off. So.
Yeah, Troll isn't participating in the game right now. So they don't want to take a fight, especially when they're down the TA. I think that's reasonable.
Troll has the Yasha finished. Working on the S and Y. Pretty typical stuff there. As far as what he's building up.
The question mark for Troll is always what the third item is. He's going to go Vlad's. He's more than likely going to go S and Y. From there, it's either Shadow Blade, Blink, BKB, sometimes Butterfly. Like, those are kind of the big items. In this kind of a game especially, I would expect the Shadow Blade to come out.
Ooh, they are rotating together down here in Vizrune. It's going to be picked up. I mean, they'll scout it out, though, by TA Trap, so shouldn't catch them off guard too much. But yeah, this is a Monkey King, by the way, here in the middle lane. He does this so much. mischief
Radiant's bottom tower
on
is
the
under
Pudge
attack.
Courier here. They're going to move together as a team. They're pinging out the Roshan area. And they are going to go into the pit, so they're going to try to make a Roshan play here. There is vision, though, from the Dire side, so they definitely are aware of this. And they're going to try to go, and Wukong's command to zone them out, though. Right as Batrider went in, he got silenced up immediately. That Static Storm hit, and he goes down. Now Chappie's in a bad spot, too. Has to run back through the wall, trying to survive this whole time. Tia running after him, though. A couple of auto techs later. Nice armlet toggle. Going to keep him alive for the time being. He does not have that Infesta up, though. One more should do it. No, another armlet toggle coming out. And he will
Toggles
survive.
are so sick.
Yeah.
But that's the zone control that they can flex here on NaVi's side. This is what I was saying in the beginning. How do you fight into Wukong's command Static Storm? Like, the zoning is so insane right now. If they want an objective, all they have to do is lay down the ults behind it.
So good rotations coming out from NaVi. The decision making on point, and now Dendi has the Aegis, the Desolator, just about finished as well. This is that routine build, of course, on top of that with the blink into the Deso. And just so much enhanced damage coming out. And this is a team that definitely has a chance to kind of snowball as a team, you know, with that Troll Warlord pushing objectives earlier on as well. Ganking of TA.
Oh, I love this. Disruptor is queued up with the straight Ags, committed to the point booster already. This is great. This is what I want to see.
Mute those items. Is there one specifically? Like, I'm going across the board. I mean, the armlet
I mean, it's eventually going to be BKB on Invoker.
Yeah.
Is the big one.
Yeah, he's just getting it so early. It's just nothing really stands out just yet, but you're right. It's more of a preemptive here. Get it for the eventual items that will be useful against the BKB, the standout, of course.
Well, by the time he finishes it, Invoker's probably going to have a BKB.
True.
And it also ups the duration. I mean, it makes it like 7 seconds instead of 5.
Yeah. I feel like, though, the silencing the item is the main reason.
Yeah,
First
for
they
sure.
get it for. Smoke Gank attempt again from Empire. They're going to scan somebody out. They scan the Monkey King. Oh, but he leaps away right as they go in.
How is he not stunned on the ground there?
I don't know. I've seen that happen so often, too. It feels like that he should be stunned, right? Like,
Well, usually if you finish a Primal Spring out and the tree gets knocked out from under you while you're casting it, you still spring, but you're stunned afterwards. And yeah, totally disjointing the stun there. That's... I don't know the intricacies of the mechanics on that yet. I don't think very many people do.
I don't think anyone does. Still kind of figuring that idea out. I don't even know if Valve knows. They're kind of like, oh, yeah, that's a thing.
Spaghetti Code 2017.
Yeah. Totally.
All right. So Troll going BKB. This is exactly what they need to try to close this game out very early. They get the BKB up on Troll. They're just going to try to clear every T2 tower in the next, I'd say, 5 to 6 minutes. Probably with this Aegis, they'll get 2 of the 3. If they're going to go, actually, here.
Dark's here again. He's somewhat tanky, though. Static Storm, but doesn't catch anyone, unfortunately. However, we'll glimpse back somebody right there. Dark's here. Stays alive. Not only stays alive, easy turn kill onto Batrider. And I think the glimpse was actually onto the Spirit Breaker. Or, no, he TP'd
It was
away.
onto Bat. It was just kind of
Okay.
mistimed.
Well, point is,
He
they
held the
turned.
glimpse for a long time. But yeah. Still get the kill and totally failed gank attempt. I'm surprised you went for that lasso. It's really brave without a lifestealer inside of you. Really missing most of your damage.
And especially against the Darks here. Like, he's probably going to be your most difficult target to just surely kill, other than maybe the TA, of course. But, yeah, it's seemed like a lost cause from the beginning. And, again, the response from NaVi continues to look good. And NaVi really has been looking good as of late, too. They've been one of these teams, this post-Kiev major, that with all these qualifiers going on, they've been making some deep runs. They had a very impressive victory, I want to say yesterday or the day before, against Alliance and the Epicenter qualifiers, where they dominated them. And obviously they got to this point here as they defeated Vega Squadron along the way. So they're a hot team right now. And they're playing very, very well. They clearly, this, like with Seneko being picked up, it's fit, to say the least.
Sure.
With the team, so
It really has, for sure. Oh, by the way, I wanted to just mention one more point. Somebody PM'd me the math on this. Disruptor Eggs, I knew it did a lot more damage because you added 2 extra seconds. The damage on Disruptor's ult scales up the longer you're in it. If you get stuck in an entire Ags Disruptor ult, it's 1,500 damage.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Okay.
attack.
It doubles the damage just going in Ags if you happen to be stuck in it for a while.
okay, yeah, no, I didn't think about it from that perspective, actually. So I guess for the damage output, it actually is pretty strong, too. So it is more just simply the mute being the big thing.
It's just more zone control. You just slam it on top of Wukong's, and if you walk in that, you're just dead.
Yeah. It's going to be a ways before he has it. I mean, this is a support after
sure.
all, and yes, he has a point booster, but still needs another 3,000 on top of buying wards and whatnot, so.
Just quit buying words. It's obviously what you're supposed to do. I'm not really sure what the hell Empire's doing here. They're so set up bottom and just trying to bait the Invoker. He's the only one showing everyone else is here in Fog. But you made a pick on Windrunner. Oh, this is going to be the catalyst on the bait, though. They got Windrunner, so they don't think anyone else is here.
He was hoping to get somebody in the trees over there. He vacuums out, and Fest Bomb does catch Short Wall. He's in a bad spot, disarm. Deafening Blast as well, and they will get the quick pick onto him. So, yeah, maybe fooling Navi a little bit. But TA tears through Spirit Breaker, and now they're hunting for more. Troll's going to be staying dead. No buyback to be had if they wanted to. But, oh, nice Static Storm. It will catch Invoker with a glimpse back. This Disruptor making some big plays, and Invoker's now dead. And now Lifestealer again forced to fight, man mode up. Chappie with the armlet toggles. He's done so good with that so far. Going for the TP out. The armlet toggle in between, and it's going to be enough again. He is just on fire with that, but he's going to lose another teammate. Power Shot will finish the job, at least on Disruptor, but down goes Batrider. And Wind Ranger, of course, runs away, but, man, Chappie.
If that was actually the plan, that is the coolest executed play I've seen in so long out of Empire there. They hit everyone behind that Invoker. Invoker's really known to split push. And then they deliberately get their weakest player picked. And with where he died, there was zero reason for Navi to assume there was anyone but the Invoker bottom.
Yeah.
And all of Navi rotated. That actually started insanely well. They got a clean pick on Troll, but Navi's just too far ahead in tempo at this point.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing to take from it. It's like, yes, the execution was good, and the idea was actually pretty clever, but it didn't necessarily work out as planned in the long run. So, although Chappie staying alive definitely helped the cause of Empire.
Yeah, for sure.
It's the second time we've seen these armlet toggles coming through.
Purge, if you're watching this, can we get a teamfight breakdown video on YouTube for that? Because it was really cool.
That was a good one, yeah. Could submit that after. Well, you're people refer to you as
Yeah.
Well, okay.
What do we got, chat? What's the new Purge insult of the day? Let's hear it. Oh man. So I like to talk about what a team can do to try to come back at this point. And the options are starting to look bleak for Empire. You're running out of damage. You're struggling to kill anyone after Lasso. And a lot of that comes on the back of the fact that your Invoker isn't exploding out how you want him to. He's at Ags, and then he basically committed to Blink and bots. Movement items. They're not fighting items.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have a VKB up. He doesn't have a Ewel's up. Nothing to really add in his potential to kill someone. So really the only way you have potential in this is going to be to lasso somebody like Troll or TA, and then turn everything on the other one. Like, you have to kill both of those cores before any fight lingers more than about 5-10 seconds. And the struggle is going to be, I think it's going to have to come on the back of a Windrunner power shot. Like, she's going to have to hit some sick two-man shackle with Dendi and somebody.
Smoke play from Navi right here. It's been a little bit since I've gone for one of these, but Troll again in the front lines. BKB, newly purchased. Ready to go. And they are going to find an opportunity on Invoker. The Static Storm open, and the easy follow-up kill on Invoker right there as a result. Glimpse back on a Wind Ranger. Same story for her. So the smoke gank, very successful. And let's just go right down the middle lane, or they're trying to figure out where they want to go here.
Yeah, they don't have a creep wave. Apple's even trying to cut the next one out from them. They are aware of this, though.
Yes, they are, and they're going to get a kill out of it, too. So, clever idea for Batrider, but unfortunately backfires on him. And now you have the Basher just delivered to Monkey King as well, and we know how important that is. Speaking of zone control.
He's just awful now. He's going to just be insane. Should be a Rax.
Yeah.
Totally clean barracks. You're not going to buy back Invoker for this.
I mean, Spirit
They're
Breaker.
going to go top 2.
They're going to go right for Spirit Breaker. He charges in, hoping to maybe thwart them off, but that's not going to be enough. The vacuum pull in there. So Wukong's man going out. Wind Ranger. She is evading because of the wind run, so at least survives initially. Oh, never mind. Destroyer finishes the job, a.k.a. Dendi. Dendi the Destroyer, you can call him. And the tower will fall as well. This could be the beginning of the end. I mean, Chappie's pushing out middle while this is, or excuse me, top lane. He just poured it back, actually. But
yeah, he didn't even get anything out of it. This is almost 20,000 net worth. We're at over 15K now. And this is a little disappointing to see out of Empire. They had a totally clean group stage. They're the only team in this tournament that went 4-0 in the groups. And then they worked so hard to shut Dendy down, which I think was an okay strategy. You saw how he carried yesterday. He was the entire linchpin of his team. When he went off, the team went off. And this game, they did an okay job of shutting him down early game. And then everything just spiraled out of control. Everyone else stepped up. Like, Seneko had another monstrous game so far. He's just been super high impact.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And I like seeing this depth out of NaVi. This is actually hopeful looking towards the future. It shows they're not relying on Dendy to win every single game.
Oh, no. This is definitely from these qualifiers alone and just something that I've been watching over this last week and a half or so. I got to say, NaVi has really come to be one of the cleanest teams so far and just looking good once again. So they're on the verge of at least taking game one here, but it's not over just yet. Roshan is going to be attempted, and by attempted, killed off quickly, I mean. And yet another Aegis for TA. But Empire still going to push out the bottom lane, and this seems similar from like before, where they're kind of baiting out the Invoker. But I don't know if it's going to work out. Well, it didn't even work out really the last time, to be fair, in the long run at least. And they're actually just going to retreat away, and Invoker will get out too. So NaVi will push out the lanes, get some more resources, and then maybe look to finish off the game at pushing in the bottom lane here.
Yeah, it's just a straight push to end the game now. There's nothing to wait for, nothing to do. You just click towards their base in the bottom lane and win the game.
Yeah, how are they going to stop you? That's already been proven. They have such a difficult time in BKB 10 seconds now on the troll. In fact, yeah, you had that going into the last fight. You didn't even use that, did he? So
TA now, too. TA's is the new one. And Disruptor's Ag's done. So this brand new BKB on Invoker may not even save him.
Wow, he actually got his axe at this point, yeah. Thought I was actually going to be probably not going to get it because the game would end before, but...
Taking a tower and a setter axe is like 1,000 gold.
True.
So when they got the last two, or the top and mid sets, he basically got it done instantly.
Last ditch effort here. They're trying to make a big play. That's what they need. Spirit Breaker, Life Stealer's inside.
The scan from NaVi will pretty much tell them that there's some desperation play coming.
Oh, yeah, the fact that it didn't see anyone in the base probably tells
It's
you.
the most common spot just to alt, like, idle when they're looking to push the base.
Here we go. Charge in. Power shot initially. Monkey King is caught. He might not be able to get off from Wukong's command. He can. The gem drops as well. Static Storm doesn't really hit anybody either. And actually, Denny's being kited pretty well, but he will eventually finish off the Spirit Breaker. And now Troll jumps onto the Wind Ranger. But of course, that evasion kicking in. They do pick up Bat Rider elsewhere behind them. So they're really spread out. Invoker's kind of in a flank position. Chappie's going for the TP with that rage up, and he will be successful. Lucky they didn't get bash procced right there. But now the tower kill on top of that. So yeah, you see Invoker just cut in the creep wave. There's a buyback coming out, actually on Monkey King. They really want to finish this game.
Has been killed.
At this point, oh, Radiant Courier even dying, sacrificing for the
team. I still think Dendy's just mad about General stealing his Arcana and is like feeding couriers every game as a symbol.
It does happen quite often with this team. Does seem like Disruptor in the back alliance gets caught by Invoker, but not finished off. And there's the Wukong's command, and Invoker going to be dropped. He has a buyback, uses it immediately. But now they're on the last limb for sure as Turu on the Spirit Breaker. He's going to be pulled right back in. And he too will be going down, maybe? God, he's living this whole time. Finally gets picked off, and now Invoker goes back in, but there's a vacuum wall combo. They saved that the whole time. And it pays off. That should be it. Yep, GG well played. Game one going to NaVi here over Empire.
Decidedly going to NaVi. I mean, jeez.
That was impressive once again. I agree with you. It's you know, you talked about the 4-0 from Empire, and this is another team that's considered to be held. They're the second-ranked team, in my opinion, in CIS behind VP. But they're running into NaVi right here, who's like we talked about on a hot streak, and that's just unfortunate for them. But it is a double elimination ultimately as well. But again, that also is just game number one, and expecting a solid and fun, entertaining game number two as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so stoked to see this. I really want to see Empire go back to what they did so well in the earlier series. Is don't pick a Spirit Breaker. You don't run at stuff. You play a controlled game. You're the different team in CIS. Play your game. Don't play to NaVi. Don't deliberately try to shut down Dendy. Just play a smooth, controlled game of Dota.
Well, we'll see what happens here. We got game number two going to be coming up. But NaVi again up 1-0 here in the Summit 7 European qualifiers. Our first of, well, technically our second game of the day, but our first of the playoffs here. Obviously, we do got the later series as well, but will they be able to end it with a 2-0, or will Empire at least stay alive and force that third and final game? That's what we're here to find out next, guys. I'm Bricky CPK, joined by Z-Rock. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.